Hi friends, my name is Ratan. So as you know in the previous, I given the tutorial videos, right? Got it. So once again, I'm back to start the Python classes. So here in this video, we'll discuss about how to take the input from the end user, right? So in the C language, to take the input, enter a number, 10 value, enter the second value, 20 value we entered, perform the addition operation, right? That's it. Like in Java, we discussed how to take the input from the keyboard, tell me. We taken the input from the keyboard by using which class? Scanner class, right? The scanner class is used to take the input from what? Keyboard, right? Scanner dot next int method, next float method, next double. Like that by using scanner class to take the input from the keyboard. As in the Python, to take the input from the Python, we have the two functions actually. How many functions we have to take the data from Python? Two functions. So one is the input function. One is what? Input function. The second one is the raw input function. Raw underscore input function, right? That's it. In Python, how many ways are there to take the input here? Input function and what? Raw input function, right? Whereas in the Java, we think about which class here? Scanner class, right? That's it. So forget about Java. So we are in Python video, right? You will focus on what? Python actually. So in Python, how many ways are there to take the input here? Two ways are there. So don't waste the time. Better to take the pen and paper, write something. So in front of the video, you are spending time means we have to get some knowledge, right? Good. I'm always trying to share my knowledge, right? So just you have to focus and take the pen and paper. I hope you are writing something, right? Good. So anyhow, what we are discussing? How to take the input from what? Keyboard, right? How many ways are there? Two ways. One is the input function. Second one is what? Raw input function. So generally, this is the input function, raw input function. The input function will take the input. The input function, which type you entered. For example, enter a number. Enter a number. If you enter the 10 value, then 10 is taken the input function. Input function, it will take this data in which format? Integer format. If you enter the number 10, the input function will take which format? Integer format. Enter a number. I entered 10.5. The input function, it will takes the input in which format? Float format. Okay, go to the point here. The input function, it will takes the input. In which way it will take the input? In which type we entered, it will store in the type format, right? It will store the type format. If we enter 10, the data will be 10. If we enter 10.5, the data will be stored in which format? Float format, right? That's it. For example here, enter a name. So input function, enter a name. Enter a name means what? We enter some data, right? So anyway, practically I will implement these examples. Just I am writing the points. Try to take the points. Enter a name. Enter a name means what? I entered within the double quotes some Ratan data. I entered which data here? Ratan data, right? As I said in the previous videos, we can take the string within the single quotes is valid, otherwise within the double quotes also valid, right? That's it. So I entered which data here? String data, right? The input function will take the data in string format. Input function will take the data in which format? String format, right? That's it. So finally, what is the conclusion here? The input function, it will get the data from user. If the user is entered 10 value, it will be stored in the integer format. If the user is entered 10.5, the data will be stored in which format? Which format? Float format, right? If the user is entered Ratan, the data will be stored in which format? String format. That string we can take within the double quotes and within the single quotes also, right? That's it. Okay, clear? I hope you're understanding, right? That's it. This is talking about what? Input function. The next one is what a second way to take the input here? What a second way here? Raw input, right? Good. Raw input is also used to take the input from the keyboard. Okay, good. Ratan sir, what about raw input function? For example, here enter a number, enter a name, right? Good. Simply here also go for enter a number. Enter a number, I am giving the data is a 10. The raw input function, it will take the input only in the string format. The raw input will take the data in which format only? In string format, right? That's it. Enter a number 10. 10 in the format, which format here? Integer format, right? That's it. Otherwise, I will go for the raw input function. Raw input, enter a name. Enter a name means what? We entered some name, right? What is the name here? Within the single quotes I entered Ratan. Otherwise you can write within the double quotes also, right? That's it. So I enter a name, I entered which data here? Ratan, right? Ratan is also which format? It will take a string format. Clear? So that is the main difference between the input function and what? Raw input function, right? That's it. Clear? Good. So tell me, how many ways are there to take the input from the keyboard we have? Try to respond. Two ways. For the two ways, one is the input function, one is the raw input function. What about input function? The input function, what about input function? The input function, it will take the input, which type we enter, that type will be stored. The practical I will show that points. What about raw input function? The raw input function, it will take the input only in which format? Only which format? Only in the string format, right? That's it. So these are the two ways to take the input from what? A keyboard. Okay, but this input function, raw input function, this is Python 2 version actually. It is introduced in what? Python 2 actually. Okay, in the Python 2 we have input and what? A raw input. Then sir, you said Python 2, but the present version is what? Python 2 is running or Python 3 is running? Python 3 is running, right? When I am taking the video, now Python 3 is running. Later the Python 4 is there, the who knows, that depends, right? That's it. Anyhow, what is the point here? In Python 2, which one course is running here? Python 2, how many ways are there? Two ways. One is input, one is what? Raw input, right? Good. But in coming to the Python 3, coming to what? Python 3, the Python 3, to take the input, we have only one approach. In Python 3, to take the input, how many approaches are there? Only one approach is there. What is that approach here? By using what? Only input function. Only which function? By using input function, right? That's it. So tell me, in Python 2, how many ways are there to take the input here? Two ways. Input, raw input. What about Python 3? To take the input, only one function is there. That is called input function, right? That's it. But in Python 3, what is the behavior of the input function means? The Python 3 input will act as raw input of Python 2. Python 3 input function will act as which format? Raw input of what? Python 2. What about raw input of Python 2? What is the raw input of Python 2? It will take the data in which format? String format, right? It will take the data in string format means in Python 3, the input function, it will take the data in only which format? String format, right? Only which format? String format. Python 3 input function will act as Python 2 raw input. Raw input will take which data? Only string data. Python 3 input function also will take which data? String data, right? That's it. Okay, I hope you clear, right? Good. Tell me, how many ways are there to take the input from the keyboard? In Python 2 we have two ways. What are the two ways? Respond. Input function and raw input function. Input function will take any type of data, which type we enter, that type will be stored. What about raw input? Raw input will take the data in only which format? String format. But Python 3, to take the input only we have one approach. What is the approach here? Input function. The input function, it will take just like a raw input. It means what? In Python 3 input function, it will take the input. It will take the input in which format? String format, right? That's it. Clear? That is a way how to take the input from what? This Python 2 and Python 3. So based on these two these functions, I'll give some practical things, right?
Hi friends, so in this video we'll discuss about the practicals regarding the end user input. So as I said, how many ways are there to take the input from the keyboard here? Two ways, right? What are two ways? Input function and raw input function, right? So to do the practicals, I'm opening Read Plus software. In Read Plus, go to the file menu, click on new. I want the Java, parallel, CPP or others. Simply can go to the others, right? Here let me click on others. Let me click on what? Others, right? But others. Then here we have the Python, right? Click on Python. Simply click on what? Okay, right? That's it. Now Python window will be open, right? Here you can take the data. So I said is a comment, hash is a comment. How many ways are there to take the input here? Two ways. One is the input function. The second one is what? Raw input, right? Good. What about input here? The input function, it will take the data, any type of data. Any type of data means if you enter the string data, it will be string. If you enter the integer data, it will be the border. integer. If you enter the float date, it will be the float, right? Good. Coming to the raw input function. The raw input function, it takes the data in only which format here? String format, right? That's it. So total how many ways are there to take the data here? Two ways, input and raw input, right? That's it. Good. So let me write one application regarding input function here. So to do the application, go to the others here. So here you can go for the Python. So what I said here, addition of two numbers, right? Good. Addition of two numbers. So addition of two numbers, right? That's it. Then how to perform addition of two numbers? I take in the number one equal to by using which function here? I'm thinking of input function. So input of simply here I can write the message enter first number. Enter first number. So then I would like to enter the first number. So then here you can go for the number two. Number two equal what? By using input function, simply you can go for enter. Enter what? Tell me here. Enter second number, right? That's it. Enter second number. I taken how many numbers here? Two numbers, right? Then I taken the addition here. So here add equal to, so number 1 plus what? Number 2, right? That's it. Add equal to number 1 plus number 2. Then simply can go for the printer. So print of which function here? Which function how to print it? Add, right? Simply here you can write the addition equal to comma add. That's it. That is the addition of two numbers, right? Good. Addition of two numbers. If you want, let me save this application first. Control S in local disk E. Let me save this one here. So to save the application, I'm using what? First.py, right? So the extension should be pypy, first first.py, right? That's it. So in the first.py, I'm saving this application. So open the command prompt. So where is your application here? Local disk E, right? E colon. Then tell me here. So how to run this code here? To run the code, simply you can go for the Python. But the file name here, first.py, right? That's it. Then it is asking first number. Enter first number. So I entered integer value means it takes the data in which format here? Integer format. It is how much here? 30, right? Good. And one more point here. Actually here, the brace is also printing, right? Because I am using Python 2.7 actually. I am using Python 2.7. So by Python 2.7 without brace also it is working fine. Without brace also it is working fine. But in the Python 3, to print the data, we must write this code inside the braces on like parentheses, right? That's it. So if you want, let me run this code here. Okay, control S. In the first case, what it is taking here, if you enter the integer value, it takes the data in which format? Integer format, right? Let me run one more time. I'm passing decimal values 10.5, 20.4. Then HT is printed which format here? Decimal format, right? Got. For example, if you enter the string data means you have to mention explicitly Ratan, and here I am passing what? Anu. Then tell me in this case Ratan and Anu, right? That's it. What it means here, if you enter the integer value, it will take which format? Integer. If you enter the string data, it will take the float data. It is taking the float data. If you enter the string data, it will take which format? In string format, right? That's it. For example, here first.py, enter a number. Enter 10 here. I enter the 10.5. This is which format here? One is the integer, one is a decimal, right? So because one is the integer, another is a decimal, both are belongs to which part? Number part. It means what? It is combine the same data type data, right? So it is possible to combine what? Same data type data, right? That's it. For example, let me run once again. I entered 10 value here. I entered Ratan. So Ratan is which data here? String data, right? But 10 is the integer, numeric value belongs to number data type. Belongs to which data type? Number data type. Ratan belongs to which data type? String data type. In Python, it is not possible to compare two different data types. It's saying error message. Read the error message here. Unsupported operands type plus operator. Integer and what? String, right? That's it. You clear, right? The points. So if you enter the integer data, it takes which format? Integer format. If you enter the string data, it takes which format? String format, like that. Clear? So if you enter the both number data, integer decimal, it will take the both data. So what the conclusion here? I'll copy all the formats. You can check all the format once. Let me increase the font size once. Set font. Let me increase the 16. Apply. That is okay. Right, visible, right, for everyone. Right. So the first case, what I'm taking here, into integer values. Second case, two decimal values. Third case, two string values. Fourth case, one decimal, one is the integer. Both are belongs to number. We can add it. Fifth case, we entered which data here. We entered which data here. One is a number data, another is a string data. So it is not possible to combine the two different data types, right? Clear? That's it. So let me copy this first example. I will take the data here. So at the end of the session, I will show these all the points. What are the practicals we done? I will show all the practicals, right? That's it. This is my example. How much here? Example 1. I hope example 1 is clear, right? Good. Then simply can go for the example 2. Example 2. So here, what is the first function we done? Input function, right? What is second function here? Raw input function. Then simply can go for the raw input function, right? Good. What about raw input function? The raw input function, it will take the data in which format? String format, right? Good. So here also let me write the code once again. Number 1 equal to, so raw underscore input, simply can go for the enter, enter first number. So he entered some first number, right? In the same way, we can go for the number 2. So number 2, simply can go for here the second number, right? Here simply can go for the second number. So he entered some second number. Then simply as usual addition operation, add addition equal to addition equal to what? Number 1 plus what? Number 2, right? I want print the addition. Print of, simply can go for the addition equal to comma add, right? That's it. So this is what the raw input function, right? Let me save this one here. Simply can run this code. Python first.py. Enter first number. I entered 100 value. Enter second number 200 value. But which data it takes here? Only string data. String data means what? It performs the concatenation, right? 100 and 200. 100 and what? 200 is printed, right? That's it. Okay, so Python 2 point means this braces are mandatory, optional here, optional. You can remove the braces also. But to put the braces, that is better, because now present version is running is 3.0, right? 3.6 is run. So the reason you can put the braces also involved. Once you put the braces, here the data is printed in the braces format. So remaining output is same, right? There is not a problem. Okay, good. So here remaining output is same, right? One second, yeah. Output is same, right? That's it. So add equal number 1 plus number 2, right? Good. So here output is what? 100 and 200 is printed. Enter Python first.py. Here enter decimal values. 10.5 on what? 20.6, right? Then data is printed in which format here? Concatenation, right? That's it. If you want, you can remove this braces here. The data is printed for correct format if you want that. So if you enter the string data, no problem. It is printed with data here, string format only, right? So Ratan simply can go for the Ratan and Anu is data, right? Always it goes for which operations here? Concatenation operation. Okay, good. So find what the conclusion here. Raw input function, it will take the data in which format here? Which format here? String format, right? That's it. So this is we can take an example 2 format. Example 2 format. Good. That's it. A clear example 1 and example 2. Good. And example number 3 you can take. So raw input will take the data in which format here? Only string format, right? Then I want to convert the type conversion process. Simply can go for the type conversion. Which one here? We are doing the type conversion, right? And the type conversion here. So you can check the previous example. This is the previous example. In the previous example, I would like to convert raw input into which format here? He entered string format, right? I want to convert integer format. To convert integer format, take this entire code in the brackets. Here typecast to integer. So here the second one also I want to convert integer format. Take this entire data within the parenthesis, right? Here saying generally. For parenthesis, here typecast which format here? Integer format, right? That's it. So raw input, it will take the string data, but your typecast in which format here? Integer format. Clear? That's it. Now control is, now run this code here once. So how to run this code here? Python first.py. Enter first number. I enter 10 value. Enter second number. I enter 20. Addition is how much here? 30, right? Because your typecast in which format here? Integer format or not? That's it. Enter first number. I enter 10.5. And what's saying as a message here? Invalid literal for integer, because your typecasting which format with the base is how much here? 10 and 10.5. Very small errors we have to take care, right? Some expecting which value here? Integer, it means base 10 expecting, but you are passing over 10.5, right? It's saying value error. It's saying which error here? Value error, right? That's it. So here this is a way how to convert your, so string to which format here? Integer format, right? That's it. Conversion process, example 3. And you can go for the example 4. Example 4 also, simply this is also conversion process. Right? Good. So the example 4 is, first I take the data. Here directly you can typecast to integer format, no problem. Otherwise, so here raw input is there. 1 second please. Yeah, so here the input is the right add function, add. So here I taken the number in which format here? String format, right? Try input. But here number one I want in float format. Float format means here also you can do directly typecast in float, no problem. This one is which format here? Float format I want, but this one is I want which format here? Integer format, no problem. Right? So raw input function, directly when we take the data, here you can do the typecasting directly to the integer format. Otherwise, after storing the data also you can do the typecasting. Number one is which format I will converting here? Float format. Number two, which format you are converting here? Integer format, right? That's it. Simply run this code here. So first Python first.py, enter first number. First number in which format you entered here? Float format, right? 10 you can convert the float format, no problem. The second one is which format here? 30, integer format, right? 40.0, right? Integer 40.0. Good. So enter first number here. I enter 10. Enter second number here. I enter 20. So there is not a problem. 30.0 is printed. But the first number I'm typecasting first number which format here? Float format, right? 10 is 10. It will become 10.0. Conversion is possible. Okay. So that is reason 10 no problem. But the second value here typecast in integer format, right? We are passing the 10.5. 10.5, then you will get error message, right? Why? It is typecast in which format here? Integer format. It means what? We must enter the integer data only. Okay? I hope the points are clear, right? This is called whatever type conversion and value error. While passing the data, mainly we have to focus on one error. What is the error here? Value error, right? That's it. This is also important point. Value error. If you are typecasting to integer means you have to pass the 10 in the string format. If you are passing 10.5, 10.5 is able to convert in integer format or not? No, it will generate error. Which error here? Value error, right? That's it. We clear class. Okay, so I'm back with my Python. I'm back. Now I'm discussing what Python tutorial, right? After Python, I will start the next. It may be Scala, it may be Spring and Hibernate. Okay, so can please subscribe to my channel to get the frequent updates, and you can please write the comments to improve the Ratan Sir popularity, right? So we have to take care of the 3 points. One is a like, comment, subscribe, right? Hey, how many points here? 3 points. Like, comments, subscribe, right? Good. I will take care about the knowledge. We have to take care about my publicity also, right? That's it. Here, how many examples we done here? 4 examples. For the example 1 here, addition of 2 numbers. Input function will take which data here? Which type we enter, that type will be taken, right? Got it. Clear? So if you enter the string integer data, it takes the integer format, decimal data, decimal format, string data, this string format. Number you can add. 10 is the number format, 10.5 is also number format you can add. But number string we cannot add, right? It is not possible to add 2 different types of data. Next one we discussed about raw input. Raw input will take the data on which format here? String format, right? That's it. But string format I want conversion. So here you can go for the conversion raw input to the integer format. Otherwise raw input to the float format. While doing the conversion you have to take care of one error message. What is the error here? Value error, right? You have to think about what a value error. So input data pi, right? Py pi. That's it. Value error, right? That's it. Clear?